Hello everybody, this is the Elk River Frontierman. I'd like to talk a little bit about trap preparation. There was a guy on Facebook not too long ago said that he got new traps, brand new traps, and as some of you may know, when you get new traps, they come with a little bit of oil on them. Well, you got to get that oil off of them, set them outside, let them get a little bit of rust to them, before you dye them and wax them. But he's having a problem with his dye not sticking to his trap, and then the rust is coming through his dye, and the wax. The problem is he's got critters digging it up, and animals digging up your traps. More often, that's fox, could be coyote. Maybe you handled your traps with dirty gloves. You got a little bit of your bait or something from your glove on your trap, and now it's bedded down in the dirt, and that animal can smell that, and it thinks that there's bait or a free meal buried right there, when in reality it's just a smear of something on your trap, and they're going to dig it up. Now, to address the issue of rust coming through your dye or something like that, what I do is I wash my traps in my kitchen sink. It's probably not for everybody. My wife hasn't said anything about it, luckily. I've even boiled deer skulls and stuff on our kitchen stove. But I use Dawn dish soap. That's just because that's the brand we buy. You can buy any kind of dish soap that's something that's supposed to knock off heavy grease and stuff. Just a little bit goes a long ways. I've done dozens of traps this way. I've never had a problem with it. But what I do is I get hot water in both sinks, just like you're going to do your dishes, and soap in one, clear water in the other. And I just got 2 new traps in the mail today from Minnesota brand, or their website. One of them is the MB750, and it's been laminated. Here's that trap. Okay, you can see it's pretty big, and it's got the laminations on it. It's been welded, very well built trap. But you can see the soap on it, probably. This just been soaking for about 5 minutes now in hot water with Dawn dish soap. Now I'm going to put it over here in my rinse, just like you do your dishes. That's going to cut all the grease off of it. Okay, and because my order was over a certain amount, I got to pick out a free gift. And just like the last couple orders I made last year, I got a 110 Conibear for muskrat. Now those have been soaking in the soap. That cuts all the grease off of your metal. And now it's going into my clear water, where I can get them rinsed, knock all that soap off of there. That way there ain't no residue or anything. Not that it really matter, because these traps are now going to go outside and sit for about a week or so to let them completely dry, to let the elements go ahead and take effect on oxidation on this metal. And that's going to give me, the satisfaction of knowing that now I know for sure there is no more grease left on these still. That's how I've always done it. I've never had an issue with it. I've always gotten a decent layer of rust on my traps afterward, and I normally set them for a week, 2 weeks outside. But primarily that time frame is dictated by if I have to go out of town for something or whatever. They sit longer. The big key is getting all that grease off of that new metal. It's just like buying a new Mosin Nagant. It's all got that, the gun grease in there, the cosmoline. You got to get all that stuff out of there. And but these are, they're no longer tacky to the touch. It's just slick, clean metal. They're ready to set outside and dry. And as soon as they get a little bit of rust to them, I'll be able to go ahead and get them dyed. And because these are traps that are going to be primarily used on the river, I don't wax them. I'll dye them once. The traps that I use in the river, I use walnut hulls. I boil a big pot of water. I throw a bunch of walnuts in there. I break the hulls off of the walnuts, put it all in there. Gets a nice dark coating on there, and it really subdues the metal, and it really blends in with the bottom. You got your moss and your dead leaves and everything down in the bottom of the creek bed and your river bed, and the mud on the bank and everything. They blend in real well. And I do the same thing with my Predator traps, you know, my MB550s and my Bridger number, you know, 2s and 3s and 4s. Never had an issue with any more rust coming through my dye. So that's just a little tidbit on trap preparation with a brand new trap. So if you're having these types of issues, my recommendation is you get a little bit of dish soap. I even used a little scrub pad, one that's a little bit past its prime. Got the rough Brillo type stuff on there, and just kind of scratched it up real good. Made sure I hit that grease real well, and now they're ready to go. So if you're new to trapping, or you know you're running into this kind of issue, you know, if you've already waxed them, you're gonna have to boil them, get them in hot water, and get that wax off of there before you're actually going to penetrate and get, you know, make sure you get all the oil and everything off of there. That way you don't have any more rust coming through your dye. But there you have it. That's my little tidbit on trap preparation. And like the video, subscribe, go to Facebook, Elk River Frontierman, or join the group, the Ozark Frontierman. Share your experiences, share your trapping photos, and keep it family friendly, and have a good season.